Hello friends. Hello and welcome to my page. My name is Tammy Neff and you are on my page called Tammy Loves Vintage, where I share with you vintage ideas and home decor ideas and crafts and all of the things, just anything to do with vintage really. I'm kind of crafty, and so I try to take old things and change them around and make them look different than what they are, without too much hurting their value. I hope. Anyway, so hi and welcome. Jump on in here, and I will give you guys a quick little tour. I don't really need this sweater. I wish I would have taken it off. It's kind of warm. You do these things and it's like, oh, you're gonna hot flash. Not a hot flash, but yeah, you just get a panic. Maybe that's what it is, more of a panic. So hello. I'm not seeing any comments just yet. I got these bifocal glasses on. I don't think I can. Oh, there's one. Hi, Cindy. There you go. There you go. Good morning. So, okay, I'm gonna just take these off completely. I can't get used to the bifocals. I keep looking up and down and up and down. Hey, hi, everybody. There you are. There are people here. Hello, friends. So let me just flip you around. Hi, Julie. Let me flip you around and we'll get started. Here's just like the front door where you come in. So everybody, not everybody, but just people that I talk to, I was like, I'd love to get like a real feel for how it is. So when you walk in, Randy's, I've got strict rules that I'm to keep this wall empty. So I'll have to probably move my ladder, but we're going to do a bigger TV and I'm not allowed to have my table here. He says no table. Hi, Dee Dee. Hi, Mom. So anyway, I'm enjoying it while I can have it. Let's just say that. And then that'll be going in the yard sale, I'm sure. So anyway, I snuck her up here. He does like her, so I don't think he'll make me get rid of her, but all the rest of this junk will have to go. And I don't know where I'm going to put it because I love it all. It's not really junk, but it kind of is. Oh, my password fell off. I taped the password to the back of my TV until I learn it. We just got our Wi-Fi here. So I have our clay hearts that we made, and they were out for Valentine's Day, and I stuck a couple of them in this fake fern, and I really liked how they looked, so I just left them. And then my mom had this nest that was in her birdhouse 2 summers ago, I think it was either last year or okay, Jamie, I can't remember exactly, but anyway, these little eggs were in there as well, and the mama bird wasn't coming around, and she was worried that maybe a snake would get in her bird feeder, so she pulled it out and asked me if I wanted it. So those are actually real eggs that have dried, and she does coconut milk. So she put them in a little coconut shell. I don't know, there you can see it. So and it just kind of kept it shaped that way, and you can see it's all falling apart. But I had it out in our garage for months and months and months, and then I brought it in this winter and put it in the basement. And so I'm sure it's good and clean, but so everybody's worried. And then of course I have my scale that I have the old buttons in just to inspire you there. I have another one I'm going to show you in a minute, another real one, and then all the rest of them are fake. And this was a great little holder for a couple of the eggs that we've made in Tammy's making a few years ago. And then these we just made this spring, these little paper mache and cotton batting these look like birds. They were supposed to be chicks, but for some reason I think I got the wings too big, and they kind of look like birds. So there you go. My crafting's not always spot on, right? No, the nest is not. I don't think I could ship it without it falling apart totally. And then I decorated an old ladder. And I just pulled this lace out just a minute ago. I just thought it was so pretty with all of the buttons, and then I originally had found this piece and strung it on there. So there's that. And then I've had this burlap bag. This has been since burlap was really big, and it just always hung well on the ladder, and you can't hardly see it, so I like it. So anyway, there's that. Let's see what, I've got to get this back on there. I'll lay it out here so I don't forget to do it. Okay, you love how the nest looks? I do too, Mom. Thank you for thinking of me and say, I know it's such a silly thing. She's like, I can't believe you're going to put that in your house, but it's very springy and I love it. It will only be out here for spring. So you guys watch your yards for nests. Ask your friends, save you a nest. And I love that the eggs are real. No one can really tell, but they really are real. So that's pretty cool. And then I have this old German book that I've left open, and like this old magnifier is pretty cool. I don't know what it was. Oh, I guess I got it upside down there. It was hooked to something, obviously. And then I found this little tiny one years ago. I'm showing you guys things from years ago. And again, they still really work well. So I put the two together, and then I just put an old pair of glasses. But I love the, no, Judy, I'll do a sale here one of these days. I've got my whole dining room table full again. So just showing you some of my personal treasures. And then the clay marbles, and I'm on the lookout. I got a great idea. So I've been looking at spongeware bowls and the crocks that or the bowls that have the gold and yellow, but I really didn't care for the colors. But this one's kind of a white, which you know is always good. And so I'm looking for a little bit bigger bowl. Like you can see, this one's really small. So I want a bigger one, just a little bit bigger, just a step like that, just a little bit bigger. And what my idea is to put this one inside of the other one and maybe put like an old spool or something under there to lift it up, and then to put some of my clay marbles around and start a second bowl. I know I've sold you guys a bunch of clay marbles, but I think now I'm gonna keep them for a while. I'm kind of lean, even though I don't love color, I do kind of love the color. This is way not as bright as what it looks like in the camera. It's super dull. I don't know why it's looking so neon in there, but anyway, love the marbles. And then I moved, you know, I have all the organ poles, and I know I've sold you guys a ton of organ poles, but these are one-ofs. None of them are the same. And I found this old crock the other day at an antique store, and it's just a sweet size, and I love that it's black. And so I moved all of my organ poles and put them in there just for a change, and that's Alexa hiding back there. She's just hanging out. Okay, so here we go. I don't know how much detail you want to see, but I thought I would show you some of the little things anyway. So here are some of my hand-painted book. Oh, thank you, Dee Dee. Thanks, you guys. I'm glad you're liking it. Thank you. Some of the hand-painted eggs. I know I've sold some of them as well. I do share things from time to time. Here's my little, so we were at Tammy's making the other day, and I was making these, and it was supposed to be a man and a wife, like those are a man and a wife, if you can, yeah. Those are a man and a wife. And as I was going, the wife was looking pretty little, and one of the girls said, why don't you make that a grandma and a baby? And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm dusty. Since I just had a new grandbaby, I'm going to do that. So I changed my thinking and turned it into a little Lolly and a little Millie. So it's me and Millie. So I love it. I've got I put my little cabbages. Remember when I very first started my website, I sold these cabbages. I'm out now. These are my only two I have left. And I put them in my little crock. And I have my dough scraper up there. I love that. So if you guys see a dough scraper with a handle, we didn't really know what to do with it or how to display it after we got them home. And I love it just hanging off of an actual breadboard because it's actually a dough scraper. It's just really unusual to find one with the handle. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then here's another little silly idea. I mean, I don't know what you guys want to see, but I added old keys and hung them from, you know, a ribbon, some seam binding. I need to change it out to more neutral. It's kind of a pinkish color. And then we made these, I don't know if I made them on the page or in the Tammy's making, but anyway, just put some old book pages on the back of a prism and hung that on there as well. I'll just give you a close-up of each shelf. We probably don't need to talk about every item in the shelf. That we could save that for another day. But so here is like just some treasures. I put a little perfume dauber in the top of this little whiskey. It's not really a crock. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you would call that. Stoneware. I don't know. And then a lot of the English stoneware. Some of it's still on the website under English stoneware. I have this is all I have of this oh, you guys know, what is that? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think. Enamel. That's all I have of enamelware, and the only reason I got it was because I liked the black writing inside, and then I thought that was everything. I love everything little, and I thought that was the cutest little pot, and I loved it was all chippy. And then this was just a dumb thing, just a cute little thing. I've got a little powder puff here and a little pin, just a hand painted pin, and then one of the cutest pin cushion old ladies I had ever seen. So I have just a touch of our Victorian things in here. There's an old postcard that I framed. I know I sold a few of those in my last sale. I think I have 4 that I've kept. And my grandma's crochet needles and the little scoop that I was just like with the ironstone stuff. And some butter pats. So there's the first row. And then, let's see here, where's the second row? Okay, right here. So I have a broken crock. These are all from England, and they were in the trash. And when the people are picking, whether it got broken when they threw them away or whatever, I don't know. I have a few broken pieces left. I know I sold a lot of that too. Stick around, you guys. I do sell things, so... you like my Lolly and Millie? Thank you. A little tiny gauge. Here is a pie vent, an English pie vent. And my little bird cage is a little, not hummingbird, a mockingbird cage, she said. There's a bottle that I made years and years ago. An ironstone plate. I love this twisted wooden spoon. It was at a really old primitive sale that we got to go to. And then the tiny, I tell you, I love everything little. There's a pretty little knife rest I thought was pretty. I used to have it on my stove and I would lay spoons over it, but you know, you get tired of things. And then my favorite perfume. I know I have some perfumes that I've shared with you guys. This is the one that one of them that I kept. And it has the original glass dauber and the glass cork. So I still love her. And that she's kind of that yellowish goldish, which kind of just meshes in with the look. So I have that. And it matches my plate. See, I got kind of golds and stuff in my plates because everything used to be kind of more on the gold neutral. So there's just a quick, this is a stamp if you don't know, this is like a brass bottom stamp. I just liked it because it was black, and that's a stamp, but it's an N for our last name is Neff. More English stoneware and ironstone and butter pats. And pretty books. They're just tiny. They're not very big. I mostly sell you guys my books, but this is an old miner's lamp that is back in there that my stepdad gave me. Holds up my little English lids. Those are lids. The pots were broken, but I still kept a few lids. I sold you guys a ton of lids. Some numbered nails I've sold you over the years, and skeleton keys are still on my website. These were just a little bigger. See how big they are? And they're very unique well, this one is. This one's not as unique. I just loved the size of it. So I do have a couple of bigger keys there. You know, and someone messaged me last night and said, where do you find all of your treasures? There's a lot of digging and a lot of time that goes into finding these things, like a lot. So just, you know, you can't just go in somewhere and be like, you know, find all of this stuff. You dig all day long to maybe find one thing. There's a door plate that I did over like a sort of a Victorian steampunk, if there is such a thing. Thought that little frame was super cute. A couple of little German drawers out of a cabinet that I had bought. And the cabinet wasn't in really great shape. An oil can, a wooden ball that I covered with old papers and twine. And there you go. So I didn't even mean to take that long in there, but I know I promised you I'd show you that back a while ago. So there's that. And then I found this old stool. I had a fern on it at home, and I brought it here to like put my drink on or whatever. Yeah, so there's that. And then I just changed out this wreath. Let me show you this. So I just changed out this wreath, and again, this little Dutch boy picture was in my basement because I paint houses, and so I collect kind of old painting things, old brushes and stuff like that. And I found this, I found that wreath at Hobby Lobby, and it was 50% off, so it came out to about $30, but I loved how wispy. I love how wispy it is, so I thought I'd give you that. I just got it, and I added this, I just bundled up some old lace, and then I added a spigot, like a faucet handle, and then a little rhinestone button. And so I think it looks good all together. I don't have any wall space really to hang the picture, and it doesn't really go with anything, but I kind of thought it worked. I think it works back there. So anyway, I still have that little guy. And then, oh yeah, here's something that we made. We took an old spool. We did this in the group, Tammy's making, and just dressed it up, and I added some lace to it. That was fun. And here was a cute idea. I just did this. I have some of those little doorknob holders, and I thought, what a cute Easter egg holder. And but as I went around the house, all of my Easter eggs are in something, so I put my little chick on it. But how cute is that? So you guys, go grab those instead of buying the white porcelain egg holders like that. Use your vintage doorknob plates. Yeah, I love it. So I've got a few of those plates I've got to get out of the drawer. But I have the ones I have are just kind of plain, almost brassy looking. And so I need to get some with, that was the only one that had chippy paint on it, which I love. So, okay, but I think that is such a cool idea. Oh, Lori, thank you. That door, it was not pretty. It was sitting outside of one of the ladies' booths at Springfield, and it looked short, and it was super chippy, yucky, but, and it has this star. I didn't love the star. Let me see if you can see it. Let me see if I can get you up. Can you can you see the star? I don't know if you guys can see it, but I kept saying, oh, that star, I don't like the star, I don't like the star. But you don't even see this there. You can kind of see the bottom. You can really see it in person, but I can't get you in there to see it. Anyway, it wasn't anything great, but for some reason I passed on it actually, and then I went back because it's hanging. See, it's small, so it was only like up to your chin, you know. It's just like, what a funny little door. And then I brought it home. I went ahead and bought it and drug it home, and I polyurethaned it, and it yellowed out a little bit because the paint was just falling off like mad. So I polyurethaned it and made it yellow. I'm like, this darn door, but I still love it. So I'm glad you do too. Thank you. Yes, Lynn, I am. Okay, so there's a clock. One of my prideful things that I came up with for our Tammy's making, and I break it all down for you, how to make one for yourself with, again, one of my little shoes. I'm loving wooden shoes. Found these shelves. The little lid lifts up the shelf with the little drawer pulls. And then I have some of these brackets. I had to buy 2 sets. So if anybody needs some brackets, I have some. I'm pretty sure I didn't put them in my last sale, but that's what I did with my brackets. I found them on Amazon. They're a little tiny, see, they just stick out like barely. See that? They're just tiny bit too big, but they're okay. I love them. So hi, Marilyn. So anyway, and then there's the door that I showed you 100 times, and I sold the other one. I had 2 and I sold the other one. But again, inspiration for you when you're out shopping. Look for just a plain cabinet door. This one does have glass in it. And then I use the command strips for poster boards. And I mounted the picture to the wall instead of to the glass. And then the picture, I had bought an old book from the 1800s, and when I opened it up, all of these leaves and things started falling out. Tons of them. And several years ago, I sold a bunch of them to you guys, and we made these pages with them. And then I sold you guys some pages too. So, oh yeah, Denise, can you message me privately, because I might not be here to do that whenever, and then we can, yeah, I'm happy to do that for you. Whatever I have in, I just want to split it with somebody. So, okay, all right. So here we are, another spot. Hello, Mary Lou. Thanks, Pam. You guys have seen this. This is a reproduction, but I really liked it. The glass is clear here, and then it just had a fake print in it, but I liked it. And I don't have a lot of that kind of stuff, but it's really good. Like, look, the frame has a big chunk out of it. That's how it came. So I thought they did a really good job of making it look old, but I like it. And the touch of black goes great. I'll stand back again. So this is a furrier scale, like they would, when they bring an animal in to be stuffed, I guess, or I don't know. There's this big hook right here that the animal hangs on, which is kind of really gross to me, but I loved the look of it. And I mean, I guess it just has to happen, or it's gonna happen regardless. I don't know. I might lose a follower for it, but I really love the look of the scale, and I love old scales, so I thought it was just really unique. I don't know how the pulls work, like why is there a second hook? I'm not sure, but when you pull on it, this one actually works. And I had another one that I sold to one of you guys. This was real. Somebody had cleaned up this brass. It is a super shiny brass, but my husband won't let me clean it. And then it was missing a hook here. So when I found this one, it was all intact, and it also worked. I hate to pull on it because it'll pull my nail out, but it literally, when you pull down on the thing, this literally does move. It really does, I promise. Is it off of this one or that? I don't even know, but it lifts. So anyway, and then I had this down in my paint decor. Remember I told you I hang wallpaper and I paint houses, and I found this big, it's big. See, I found this big old gauge thing. It's like a Fahrenheit, like a temperature thermometer or whatever. And so I hung that on there, and then Julie was, and you remember, I always hung a wreath here, and just a little, one from my website. And so we put these greens together. Julie had come over and was going through the greens that she had, and she had a little bundle. So I added some more stuff, and I added the pretty pearl, and just dressed it up, and I love that. I will not sell that, I promise. I love it. I love it how it is, and I can't imagine finding anything better. But if I do ever find another scale, I'll pick it up for you. This lamp we made years ago. If you go to YouTube and type in Tammy Loves Vintage, and in my search bar you type in lampshade or lamp or shade, you will find probably the tutorial for this and many others for inspiration. But I just pulled the fabric off. You want one with the wires in the cage. I hot glued some buttons on. This was originally from the lamp, and this was too. And then I sewed in, this is just a collar. I didn't sew it. I hot glued a collar. You can see where the collar starts and stops. And so that's what that is. It's an old collar. And then the lady that I bought the lamp from, she didn't really want to sell the lamp, but I loved it. And she was closing her shop. Another friend of mine bought the shop, and Paulette was her name, or Pauline. Is it Pauline or Paulette? It's Paulette. She was a decorator, and she loved the lamp itself, and she's like, promise me you'll take care of it. Well, I think I have. I think she would love, I don't think she ever saw the shade or anything, but then I've got some covered books. I think there's a couple left on the website if you don't want to mess with doing the work. And then this little old wheel, I don't know where it came from. It was just a chunky wheel, and it just throws, from a distance you see it because the shape is so different. It's really different. These chicks here are from Hobby Lobby. I have two of them. I'll show you the other. And I stained it to make it look older than it was. I could have stained it a little more because this is actually a really old one. It was $4. I paid $4 for that. I didn't put a price on it. You can see I didn't put a price on the one from Hobby Lobby. It was bright and yellow, and I could stain some more. I just didn't want it to go too dark because you almost can't see him, but I love him because he's old. And then there's our bowl. I've shown you guys this here recently, but I did put my eggs, the white eggs. I wanted to show you that. We made eggs the other day. There's my white eggs that I did. And let me see. Oh yeah, they're real. So they're blown. Are they all? No, this one is not, and this one is not. I've done them at different times. So, and then let's see if this one. So only one of them is real, and I sold somebody else the rest of them. I made a bunch. There you go. And a wood graining tool because I do wood graining on doors. I love the old wood graining. And then the people would use these stamps for wallpaper, and I'd never seen such a skinny little border one. So grab that. Here's another dough scraper, like the one that's hanging up there. This is typically, like, it's right there. I just showed it earlier. This is typically how you find them with the, with the handle, not a long handle like that wooden one. And I didn't know what it was. We collected breadboards forever. Julie has way more than I do. Whoops, I need to dust again. Anyway, it's a dough scraper, and so I bought one, and then we've been finding them. Now that when you know what something is, it kind of, you see it, you know. I think, how many dough scrapers had I, oh look, this is coming out. How many dough scrapers had I seen that, oh, it's really coming out because I took the organ pulls out of this. Anyway, how many dough scrapers have I seen over the years and didn't know what it was, so just didn't even look at it. So it's kind of cool. Yes, they're real feathers, Dee Dee. I did it yesterday or the day before. I think I did them yesterday on a live for you guys on this page. If you scroll back, I did them on wooden eggs. I showed several projects, so you'd have to just fast forward through to the end. But at the end, I made some eggs. And there's another old postcard that I used scrapbook paper and put on one of the clip frames that I kept with the chick from Hobby Lobby, and then another real nest. These are real eggs. They're quail eggs. You can see they're quail eggs. They're not all broken, but I don't mind the broken ones. Somewhat broken. But you know that like the baby bird eggs and these eggs, if you set them somewhere, because this shell is so thin, they dry out really easily. Debbie, these are real nests. This is a real nest I found outside in a tree. And then my mom had, this other nest was at her house in a birdhouse, and the mom had abandoned the eggs. She watched, it was on her front porch. She watched it all the time. And the mom never came back. So my mom pulled the nest with the eggs because she didn't want a snake to get on her porch to get the eggs. So anyway, I ended up with it and I absolutely love it. I saw it and she's like, I don't know what to do with these eggs. And you know, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'll take them. So there, I wanted to show you how my picture, see why I love it. It kind of goes together. And then I have this cabinet. So I put my rolling pins. I have just a few rolling pins. I've sold most of my rolling pins to you guys. There's just a couple up there that were really unusual, extra long. So I kept them. A sliding bingo card. I only have the one. I sold all the rest to you guys. We made this in our group. We made a bunch of them, but you guys can see we just Mod Podged and added, and we did the wood balls, but we did it back before everyone was doing, well, not before, but when it was first kicking off. Okay, let's look and see what we got in here. It's always fun for me too. This was just an unusual frame and back to my Victorian days, and I kept just a handful of treasures from there. And then an old bottle that I decorated. I'm going to have to do a bottle with you guys. I've got, Marlene wants to see one. She has a page, Marley, oh gosh, I follow her. Marley, she's probably on here by her page. Oh, if you're in here, post your page, Marlene. I can't think of it. Every time I say Marley, I think there's a local girl here. I'd never heard the name Marley, and her middle name was Marley Joe, and her sister Cindy was my friend. So I always hung out with Marley Joe. So whenever I hear Marley, my brain goes to Marley Joe, but it's Marley, M-A-R-L. Oh, I don't even know if it's E-Y. I'm sorry, Marlene. I'm really messing up your page. Here's an old bottle with, an old bottle, just an old spice bottle, but I thought that was different. And a pretty spoon that I tied to it with some muslin shreds. And then this is kind of moved over a little bit. Some medicine bottles, and I think it's out of New York. I just liked the label. It's a little more gold in person, but the black matches. An old strainer is like a brassy looking tea strainer, and this tiny, tiny little doorknob I thought was adorable, so that's in there. And then this was just a label that someone had added to the jar, and then I put a perfume dauber in the top, or a glass stopper or something in the top. And there's just a pretty big knob, and I just sold a black one like this, but it has the locker thing on the back, and it makes it sit up really well. So I kept that one. I did sell a black one to one of you guys in my last sale. And then when we had our shop, we were making candles. There was a local candle store, and they had like seconds, or I forget what the deal was, but anyway, it's really old. And we dressed up a bunch of candles when we started our store. So it's for 2013. It's probably really gross, but it works. The glass and the pages work, so I kept them. Oh, you're gonna laugh at that one. So this one, we'll get there. This one is from Philadelphia. It was just, again, a really cool label I liked. And then these two, I dressed up some amber bottles. I've done them so long ago, I could probably do better now. These were some of my first ones, but I love them, so I kept them. And then these, you're gonna laugh. Randy, my husband, always went to Cracker Barrel, and he would save the little syrup bottles for me. And again, something else I've sold you guys, some of the syrup bottles. It took forever to do them, and I had a long skinny drawer, and I had a bunch of syrup bottles in there, but I kept a couple of them. It's just fun to share with you guys. When I find a nest and eggs like that, I took Elmer's glue and kind of shape it so it will fall apart. Oh, that's a great idea. Put it in a Ziploc bag for a few weeks to kill it. Oh, that's a great idea. I would never have thought of that. Yeah, I would never have thought of that. So, okay. So there you go. And then we did that chest a long time ago. I think we did it so many years ago. I don't even think that it's still saved. But if you go to Tammy Loves Vintage on YouTube and you type in image transfer, there is me doing one image transfer. I think it was a Christmas one, but that is still there. Shoot, my husband called. I don't know if you guys are still here. Oh, sorry about that. So here's a suitcase. It's an old suitcase. I feel like you guys have seen it. I've shown you these things so many times. The dough scraper was for breadboards, and they would scrape the dough off of the breadboards. When they made pizza crust or bread, it was the way they cleaned their boards. Okay, so this is an old suitcase that I loved the color of it, and I filled it with some of my hand-painted treasures. This bowl is from my great-grandmother, so I kept a few purple things just to go with that bowl from my Victorian things, but I always loved that bowl. And there's a plate down in here too with some grapes on it that I've always loved. See there? And then this glass, my mom lived in Texas, and I went to see her and I bought that cup. Anyway, so I put some treasures in there, and then I had these eggs. One of you followers brought me some of these, not ostrich egg, goose eggs. They're goose eggs, so they're a little bit bigger. Boy, I about blew my brains out trying to blow them out, though. I can tell you that. But I wish now I wouldn't have painted them with color. But I kept. Oh, thanks, Kim. But I kept them because they were so unusual. So I need to get about 6 more goose eggs, and I haven't seen any. I have an old crock here, and it says Neff on it. See that? It's Neff Brothers. It was a local pottery company, and the 2 is for 2 gallons. So I always think that's interesting. And then it had a lid with it, and I put the lid down here so that I could put the fern in it. And I'll be putting that stool in the yard sale. It was at the antique store where my paints were. The girls know about that in my Tammy's making. Okay, and then I bought this piece. I paid too much for it. I still think I paid too much for it, but I still love it. It's an architectural piece, and I paid $55 for it. And see that I know that without even looking at it because I remember. I remember thinking, oh, but I love it, and I loved how I had it tucked with my Clara Bow image transfer over there at the other house with the black lampshade and all that. But this house is different, and I just have this little skinny wall. There's the corner, so I put it there. I have a big cabinet that I'm going to bring for here, kind of for a pantry because this house is so small. I did get my table ordered. Yay! So I've had my chairs, and I did finally go and order the table to match. So it will be here in about a month. So let's break this one down a little bit. This is the one that I did with you guys, and I added a couple of brown eggs. These are real brown eggs with the feathers. So just to know, I mean, this bowl is almost too full, really, and I could easily take the little birds off. Actually, I have a lady that wants them, but I don't know, I've left them here and pulled her out some other birds to make her because I still like it. So it made a great little thing, but this table will have to go to the yard sale as well. It's super heavy. I bought it at TJ Maxx, but it's super It's super nice, you can see, but it's very small. I needed a small one for our back room at our shop, but it's working really great for here, except my chairs, our thighs rub, and you have to really bend over. It's a little awkward, but it works for a little place for now. Okay, so I haven't done a thing to this other than I added our little chicks. I put a couple of rolling pins in here when I took I showed you that I took all of the organ pulls out of my paint bucket and the other jar. There's the little Dutch boy. Have you ever seen that? I'd never seen that. Of course, as a painter, I do collect painting things, but that was, I thought, really cool. A big breadboard. I probably should move my scraper over to this bigger board, but I don't know. Oh well, whatever. Those details, whatever. These, I told Julie the other day I need to get rid of them, but every year when I would pull these little things out, I remember buying them at Jo-Ann Fabrics probably 25 years ago, and every time I pull them out, my girls would just love them, and we would put them in the window above the kitchen sink, and we always loved them. And how do you get rid of something like that, right? It's springtime, it's okay, but I know it's wrong, but it's okay. It's okay. And then my daughter sent me an espresso for Christmas, so I'm going to, I haven't done an espresso martini yet, but I want to try that and see if it's any good. And then I gotta get a piece of glass or something. Whenever I make a cup of coffee, it's splashing on this thing. So we do our remember my coffee bar sign? So yeah, it was kind of our coffee bar. And then I have pods in here. So, okay. So here is a nest that we made actually and added some of the pampas grass, which is getting losing some of its feathers. And then I just put some goose eggs in there, but it sticks and all of that. We've done several nests over time. And really this is just sitting. We just set it in the greenery that's always here. Oops, in the greenery that's always here. I just set it there. You know, you look for places that things will work. And then ta-da, there is the little candelabra that I did yesterday with you guys. And I love how it turned out. It might be a little too brassy. Well, it doesn't really look like that, but you can kind of see the brighter gold here and there. I can really see it there. I don't know if I can in the camera, but I can in person. I tried to really mix the golds together. Could probably rub a little bit of dark antique wax on it just to warm it up, maybe. I don't know. I don't mind it. It's kind of got an antique look. And then there's the one that Julie and I made just for fun. I'm getting ready to do that in our Tammy's Making. And then look, there is the little bobbins that I wrapped up the other day. Aw, hi Norma. Thanks, Kim. Okay, Debbie. Yeah, it's like $30. I don't have very much on the stool at all. Okay, so then there's our little German drawer. And if you look, there's our little people, you guys, in Tammy's Making. I put them there. They're the only ones that I kept. I think I have 2 more boys that I found in my stuff. So they'll be in the sale. And then, okay, let's see here. So my tassels that I make, I found this wooden thing. I know it's really weird, but I liked it, and it had a metal bar. So I treated it kind of like one of our tassels, and I just tied stuff to it. And then I added like all of these, whoops, that's backwards. Whoops, you're not even seeing it. Added the beads, and there's some pearls in there. Let's see what else I have. There's a strip of pearls, and then this is just a piece of old trim with the original beads on it. I thought that was kind of cool. And then there's something else right here. What's that? See, there it is. I've got some keys. Oops, sorry, I'm looking at the actual, and I added some keys too. And then I put a little tag up there just for fun. So anyway, that's an unusual thing. I wouldn't be able to find you, but the horse bits, I do find. I think I found you 1 or 2 the other day, or when I was shopping. I don't know, Phyllis. I have everything laid out. The thing is, I'm going, let me flip you around and talk to you for a second. The thing is, I'm going shopping on Monday. It's President's Day. So we're going to go antique shopping, Julie and I, a couple hours away on Monday. And then Tuesday I have a paint job. and it's kitchen cabinets, so it's a 3-day job. So that will push me into Thursday. Let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, that pushed me to Thursday. So if I have the sale Friday, I have to spend the whole weekend shipping, and that's not going to work with Randy. So it'll probably be the following week, but I don't know what day. He usually goes out on a Tuesday, so I'm thinking that in my mind it might be another week. So I don't know. That's why I have you guys text me. I can't really schedule because I work so outside. So if you text me, I'll give you the number, or remind me later. Grab your pencil and paper, but that's the only way you're gonna know for sure, Phyllis. If you text, just say hi, and that'll automatically put you in for me to text you back. So pencil and paper ready. It's 740-273-6693. 740-273-6693, and I text you guys and let you know whenever I'm going to have a live sale. And you can see I sell my treasures. Like, I don't go shopping to buy you stuff. Like I did find a whole slew of crystal doorknobs, so I'm super stoked about that I can bring those to you. And but like the keys and stuff like that are already on my website. So anyway, okay, so let's go back. I found this bunny at the Cracker Barrel. Lots of people have had this bunny. I dressed him up years ago with some old pearls and whatever. And I did some chocolate tour on the sign. He's holding a sign. I could just take the sign off. I don't know. And then I have a local girl, Cheryl, that makes wool. She has a lamb farm. Actually, I was on the phone with her this morning, and in the background, one of her lambs was having 2 babies. So, or did she? Oh, maybe she said 2. I can't remember. Anyway, literally, I could hear the lamb groaning and having the baby as we spoke. It was crazy. But anyway, she made me some wool Easter eggs from her lambs. And then I had her make me a little bunch of carrots, which I think is adorable. And then she did this special bunny for me, holding on to an Easter egg with a big old flower on the side. And yeah, I just love him. And I love that it's from her lambs. So I was speaking with her this morning because, yes, the number is 740. Let's see here if I can flip you around here and see if I can put it in there for you. 740-319- oh no, that's my personal number. Wait a minute. 740-273-6693. Oops, I put 83. 6693. 740-273-6693. There you go. It's in the comments. So there you go. So anyway, all right, let me put you back. So I'm talking to Cheryl this morning while her lamb was having babies about making some things for you girls. There it is. There's my number. So anyway, I think she's going to make some things for you girls that I can put in my sale. I said, you know, not necessarily Easter if you have some Easter things, but I gave her some ideas of things that I thought you guys might be interested in. And I did have one more idea I need to call her about. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to be getting some. So Brenda, yes, she's going to sell through me in my live sales. So we'll see what she comes up with. She said it'll take her a couple of weeks because the lambs are all having their babies right now. So she's kind of busy, but anyway, there you go. So this was one other thing that we made and Tammy's making. Do you girls remember that are in there? I see some of you that are in the group. Remember when we made this thing? I still have it. It was an old measuring stick. So I love measuring because I'm always going to customers' houses to measure jobs. So it was a long measuring stick and I put a hanger on the back. I hate that you can see it, but oh wow, you can. And then I added just seam binding that was super stained and this porcelain clock face, which is beautiful. And then I don't even remember what I added. Oh, here's a button with some pearls. You know, you don't look at things anymore. Like seashell kind of pearl, mother of pearls. And then I just put a little cluster of stuff here. This was a big old collar. I know I've sold you guys collars over the years. And then this big brass button. And then I got this little Amish guy was selling a little sleeve of sugar ration coupons. So a lot of you have gotten my sugar ration coupons because I did get several. And then there, oh look, just the other day I found one of these at a kind of a local boutique, and it's the Foxglove, and that's my favorite flower. So I only bought one because they're kind of pricey, but I worked it in there and I think it looks great. What else do you want to see? I haven't had you back in the bedroom. So this is one of those collections. I have two of them. I made this in one, I think it was Studio MDAZ maybe had me as a guest. It could have been Kathy. I don't know, at Royal Funky Junk. I'm not sure which one, but I made this in one of their groups. And it was just a collage. It was a frame, and I added old laces. This was an old, it was an old tablecloth linen or an old tea towel. I can't remember. And then I just put all sorts of pretties on there. And I thought that it turned out really cute as a collage. I loved this ruffle on it. But let me show you the other one. So I'm gonna, this will have to go eventually. I will have to sell that one because I have a really cool mirror to put there that I bought at an antique shop. But in here I have this one, and I favor this one only because this is my grandma's pearls on here, both strands. And then I loved the little blonde girl. It was just a doll head, and I loved this little satin bow that came together, and I didn't really know what I was going to do with it, but I added a pinch of lace in there, and I absolutely, this one, I don't remember if I did this one first or second, but I loved the little heart lock like I put on the bottle. It's not really heart, but it kind of is. I don't know. Jewelry, lace, just all of the things. Oh, and this is my grandma's too. This right here, Mom gave it to me not too long ago. And I thought, I'm going to try and figure out how to add it to the board. So I glued on a couple of buttons that stuck out, and then I hung Grandma's necklace on it. So this will be the one that I keep, but I'm showing you just so you can, oh no, this is the one I saw. Remember the doll head? Yeah. I love her, so I will keep this one for sure, but I think I'll sell the other one. And then this mirror, if you guys remember this mirror I've had forever, it was turquoise. Let me see if I can, it was that turquoise color, and I put in the other colors because I did not have one thing turquoise. So I put in just a little bit of black splashes here and there and some creams, and I think it really made it better. And then I still have a couple of the reindeer ferns, you guys. I changed what was hanging there. I gotta fix it. But I showed you how to do this. You can put reindeer, you can put YouTube Tammy Loves Vintage and do reindeer fern or fern. I don't know. But I did this with you guys on this page. I bet you can find it. Sorry about the hole. I'll try to hold you down. I've got to fix that. I'm just not settled. I don't have everything exactly where it's going to be. So I haven't done a go around and fix everything yet. It's all the same color, Pittsburgh Colonial White. So it'll be easy to, easy to patch. And then you've all seen this one. I hope I really broke this one down. I do sleep, Cheryl. Hi, Jen, Jackie. You like it? Oh, good. Thank you. I wasn't sure. When you do it yourself. But you've all seen this. I broke it down on Chastida's page, so we're good. And then we did this years ago too. You guys, you just stick around because you never know. But we used the lace, the metal lace, Hobby Lobby, and we have some old roofing nails that I put in the lace there to hold. Showed you how to make these. Go to Tammy Loves Vintage on YouTube and type in buttons. You'll get all kinds of, just type in button or buttons. I'd say button. I don't know. Type it in and see what you get. And then we added some flowers to an old bottle, and that was kind of an empty space, so I put that there. You've all seen this. Was probably one of my biggest things ever that I came up with, and everybody still sends me pictures of my frames that I put together. That was a Tammy's Making project, but then I did come back and do it on my page because so many people were asking. Have you guys ever, let's talk about this. So I feel like I'm talking to my friends. Hobby Lobby has pillow covers, and they're crazy amazing. Like, I love this. I love the texture. And yeah, I love them. And so I bought 3 because I thought it matched my bedspread so well. I really had bought them to put on the front porch, but I I like them so much with my bedspread that I kept them here. So anyway, there you go. There's that. And then this was the mirror in my bathroom. I bought up in Amish country. Randy didn't like it because it was it was metal. It wasn't glass. This part was metal, but it was reflective, and I thought it was super cool. And I scratched it when I put it in the car. So some of the mirroring spray from the back came off. And he always hated, like, I don't know why you have to have all that old chippy crap. Like, he hated it. So I took it in and had the metal replaced with a real mirror. But I still love the frame of the mirror. And I brought it here and put the old mirror at the other house back that was there. Just the regular old mirror. And he's so happy. And I hung this here, and I like how it turned out. And then there's a couple of the Victorian pictures from back in the Victorian, you know, when I was going through that phase. There's a couple of those that you can see that I absolutely loved and couldn't part with. There's not a lot. Hi. There's not a lot, but some things. This is my, like, by my bed. Like, my chapstick and my glasses and my phone chargers hanging there and my house slippers. You guys are really, I'm glad we're friends because I wouldn't just show anybody, right? So in here, again, more Victorian treasures that I can't part with. Somebody I was talking to about my hat pins. She asked if I ever got hat pins, and I said I just collect the hand-painted ones. And that is what I meant. I don't know why I have that white glass one, that white pearl, probably because it's white. This one's big. You can't even see it in there. But I love the hand-painted hat pins. And I bought this holder for it on Etsy. And then this is my grandma's. She used to put celery in it, Mom said. And there you go. So there's my hand-painted pins, my seed pearl pins. I always loved the fleur-de-lis, so I kept that. There's a little lingerie pin with seed pearls here. It's upside down, but it's there. Anyway, so, you know, I can't... a lot goes into collecting if you are a collector. There's my bathrobe hanging there. I mean, literally, it's our house. And then, so let me give you something else to look for. So like right now, everyone's into farmhouse stuff, and you're going to find all this stuff, and there's going to be a few things that you won't be able to part with because you know how special they are, and you know what you went through to find them, or you know what you paid for them. Maybe you paid up. And so I feel like I did an okay job of working in some of my Victorian treasures with kind of the newer style, but I still get to enjoy the things that I found that I still love. I'm not ready to get rid of them. So thank you. Even with the slippers, I didn't, you know, I'm not going to move everything in the, we do live here, right? So, okay, this is an oil painting that I found. The colors are perfect for me. And I love it with the wall treatment. It's like I always call it old world, but it's a wall treatment that we do for clients. And it's the only treatment I have here in this part of the house besides the shiplap that I painted. But anyway, I love this painting. And so outside of my bathroom, I hung these hand mirrors. I was going through a phase where I bought all kinds of hand mirrors. I've sold you guys some of them as I found others that I might have liked better. Like I love the long handle on this one. I love the little marble inlay on this one. I love the patina of the glass and just the shape and the color of the wood. Like there was just all these things. So those are my only ones that are wood, actually wood. Oh, is Chastita here? Hey, is she here? Let me see. I'm in my bathroom. Standing in my bathroom right now. Let me see if I can find her. Let me just see. Hey. Oh, well, you might not want to come on. I was going to say, let me see if I can call her up because I never can. And see if I can invite her with the Wi-Fi now that I have Wi-Fi. And no, I still can't. I thought maybe I could ask her to join, but I can't. The conversation. Nope. I just thought Chastita for fun I would try. She's probably in her nightgown like, oh my God, I can't get you, so forget it. Okay, back we go. Okay, all right, so let's look in the bathroom. I don't think I've ever shown you in here. It's not done. It's way not done. Is that cup hooks you hung them with? I use plate hangers. So I put a nail in the wall, and then I just put a plate hanger like that. They're just plate hangers. They're all plate hangers that have the little hanger on them. Good question. There you go. So, Chastity, darn it. I was hoping maybe once I got the Wi-Fi in here. So what do I want to show you in here? Oh, this is going to go, I hate to show you the toilet. This quarter bowl, I'm going to have Randy hang up here for me, and like it'll go up and over the shower part. And then I have 3 more. I guess I kept more Victorian stuff than I thought. But I put these 3 Victorian pictures in here. They have the old glass. This is actually a flue cover, so which means it actually covered like the flue in the old houses. So it's just, yes, they're plate hangers, Kathy. I just showed them. Anyway, I love her, and then I love her. Those are my 3 larger pictures that I couldn't part with. And then, okay, tell me honestly, as like, you know, my friends, you're my friends, do I have, is this okay that I have so many hand mirrors? Oh, this hurts to show you. Do I? Truth. Okay, I'm standing in the shower. There's my hand mirrors. These are black. I love them though. I love them. This one had like an initial, and then look at the patina on that one with the chippy wood and the black. And then look at this one with the beveled, well, they all have beveled glass, I guess, but that beveled glass is like extra to me. I don't know, it was just an unusual shape. I think it's pretty on the backs. Of course, you know, I have prices on all this stuff, but yeah, no, there's nothing on the back. It's $13.21 I paid for that one. So let me get that. I'm sorry, let me fix that. So anyway, I added a floral arrangement. I just added some florals, and I love this because I can't remember where I found it. Anybody finds this anywhere, get it for me and I'll pay you. I love these. It just has little sprinkles of flowers with handwriting. And I can't find them anywhere. Here's another one. I absolutely love them. I made so many crafts with them, and I can't remember where I bought them, but I can't find them anymore. And I'm out. I had bought so much, but I'm out of them now. And I'm like, I want more. So anyway, old frame, painted up, and I added. You think it's okay? Not too many? She did. Oh, that's so cool. So let me show you these just to give you inspiration. So I put this one in the middle. It's just a tiny little one. And then this one is super duper old. You can just tell, right? This one might not be, I don't know. I like it. I don't know. That would, look at it. I love the look. I love it. And then this one is adorbs. I love it, love it, love it. And then this one, look how the wood is chipped off. It almost could go with the other. So when you really, it kind of works. I mean, the bathroom is, let me get in the shower again. This bathroom is so stinking small. Like we got to get a new sink, and you know, we're still working on it. And then there's that. And then the only storage I have, I found these baskets on Amazon, and daggone if they weren't expensive. They were $25 a piece. I can fit 2, 3, 4, I can fit 6 of them, but I thought it would be a great way to put our stuff in, get more, I think, in that area. I don't know, maybe not. All right, let's move on. Let's see what we got in here. Okay, so these will go. These will have to go, but for now, I thought they would go over the bed once we get the other bed here. Love this light. Let me see if I can show you this light. Yeah, see the purple glass? And I thought it was so pretty. Like the whole thing is just really a pretty lamp. I schlepped it through an old show, but it's rippy. See? When I get you up close, you can see. But look. And the glass top was original. But look at that. It's just lovely. So it is super duper fragile, but I love it. I love it. But it's purple. We had a guest bedroom that was purple, so that will probably have to go someday. But for now, I love it. The greens you can find on my website. Lots of greens on my website. I love the plops. Anybody that's new, plop is just, you know, a half sphere, they call it. You can see, let me tell you, save you from looking, $24. This one's a pretty big one. Like these are pretty big. There's lots of plops on there. I think there's some $9 ones, but this is like a favorite. That is like a super favorite. It just adds a little warmth and texture. These are on the website as well. And then this wasn't a vase. It was just a hanging vase. Painted it out, added some sticks and greens and these white eucalyptus. And then I have this brass hanging scale. I've had that for a long time. Happy birthday, Kim Henry. And then here is it's a combination lock. Look, the numbers are even in there. Oh, my hands are so dirty. I've been working this morning, taking those doorknobs apart for you. But anyway, it's an old combination lock. Julie bought it for me for a birthday or a Christmas or something. But I absolutely love it. Yes, everybody tell Kim Henry happy birthday. And then this is, there's the post office. I tell you, so will this be great for shipping, you guys? That is literally the post office right there. Oh, shoot. Oh, there we go. I'm back. Okay, so this I made years ago when it was it probably was my first collage I ever did. And I've got so much money in it. Actually, I think I tried to sell it before, and it didn't sell. It's just too much. I have too much in it, and to just break even, it was just too much. Like these little levels, you watch, you'll find that they're like $40 when you have the gold on there. But again, I paint houses. I do the, hang pictures for people. So I'm using levels a lot. So it kind of went through a level collecting phase. And then there's just some yummy things. What is that? Oh, it's just a box with a glass. Oh, that's cool. A black box. I don't remember that. Funny. Anyway, so there's that whole thing. Love that. And then I hung a pretty screw, and I hung this pocket watch on there. But yeah, it's getting chippy, but I still love it. So and I just added some. Let's see here. What's mine have? Most of them, when I was doing them up, I just would add one thing. But on mine, I went a little extra. Added the keys, because you guys can add your own stuff. But I added some keys. I hate that my internet is skipping, and then that. So there you go. And it's on a horse bit, and I do watch for horse bits for you, and I do have some for my next sale, so that's good. You like the faces? Oh, thank you. Okay, so I showed you all that. I pretty much showed you everything except the kitchen. Hopefully, I don't know, my internet is skipping. That makes me sad because it's brand new. We just got it hooked up. So darn, I hate that. You've seen up here, it's the top of my fridge. I didn't know I was going to show you that, but it's the paper flowers that I made years ago. Got this with my daughter at the farmer's market in California a couple months ago. That is an old copper player music. Let's see. See the holes, and like for a record player, it plays music. I thought that was super cool. And then my old flour sifter with a big old paintbrush in it. And the reason why I kept this one, I loved the leather band. See the leather band on the ferrule? I love that. And then I added the number to it, and there's an old Ohio hunting license or something like that, and a postcard. And then I put my diffuser here. I thought it was a pretty one. It's got the branch on it, and I don't know, I thought it was pretty, and it lights up, and all. It was just on Amazon. You can find it in my Amazon store on my link tree if you're interested. And then my daughter gifted me this volcano, which is that smell that we all love from Anthropology. So this I get from Hobby Lobby, and I really like it. But this is Summer found it out in Arizona and got it for me. And then and then it makes the house smell good. But I love that diffuser. And this, okay, I've had a lot of you after I do these sales message me and say, how do you clean this house? This is what I use. It is also on my Amazon, but it is a goat hair brush. And I can't show you, I got two hands here, but it is the softest, like, I don't know if you could tell, it is the softest. And I just go around, so, okay, somebody's asking about the postcards. I don't know, Nelda, I have done this with them and put them in little frames like that. Those seem to work well. They're in my Amazon shop. But look, you could just dust over, oh, where are you? There you are. You can just dust over anything. Where are you? Just keep up. You need to keep up with me. But it just goes right over everything, and it is so, so soft. I don't have to move a thing. I just mush that around. Does a great job, and then I take it out on the porch and just shake it. And so yeah, that is when I'm not doing like Pledge, you know, and really, you know, really giving it a good cleaning. I just use that to get the dust off. So there you go. That's, yeah, there you go. No sound, Bridget? Can anybody else hear me? Can anybody else hear me before I keep going? Someone else is texting me. Thank you. You know, I do try to do different things. Dee Dee, let's see, you know that. You've followed me for a long time. Where did you go? I lost you. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I don't know what it looks like up there. Oh, well, we're just friends. We're not, you know, I'm not showing the world, just you girls, just you, my girlfriends. So anyway, this corbel, I want Randy to hang up there. So it would go like that. And I think that would look really cool. I try to keep my, you know, find a good spot for all my stuff. So there's that. What's this crock say? Oh, it's another Neff crock. Look at that. Another Neff crock. That's the only two that I have. Same size. So there you go. And then I have another door. I found this up in Amish country. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me. I have another door. And this was in Julie's daughter Lydia's wedding. So I added a little bit of flowers to it and hung it up there on my door. And then I put my little straw hat from Amish country up there. And I like how that looks. And then that's my pantry. So, okay. And then over here, I found that at an antique shop, but it's not old, but I love it because we live on Main Street. Oh, good, Bridget. Yep, that's what you got to do. Go out and come back in. This was the very first breadboard that I bought, and I loved it. And it's hard, you know, you spend a lot of money on these boards. They're holding their value strong. I may have a source to get you guys some, but they're going to be, you know, they're going to be expensive. So I'm afraid to invest in them for fear, but, you know, they're great. So I want to look at them, next time I go up to Amish country and see. So this isn't old. It should be, but this was from Hobby Lobby. And I put it in there with an old spring. I don't know. I just liked it. And I filled it full of lace. It is full of, like, there is a ton of lace in here. And this is an old float from a fishing net. And then I added a crystal there. And then I kept one of these. I sold you guys my other two. Kept one of these with the one with the beer tap. I told you I was going to keep the copper beer, or the brass beer tap, because I love that. And I just put that in with E6000. So there you go. Yes, I do have my iPad because I didn't have Wi-Fi here, so I would take it home and download movies, and then I'd craft with my iPad. Loved this frame, and I ended up and put my grandma's handwritten recipes in there. So there you go. I love that. So there's my little wall. And my trash can looks like crap. I have a good one at home, but they're expensive. I'm not gonna buy another one just until we get moved in officially. So there's my one drawer. I have one drawer in my kitchen. There it is. But here's where I put the bottles that we made together the other day. And yesterday, I think it was yesterday. And then you can see I have a crack an opening between my cabinets, so I could shove my breadboard in here. But there's a couple more breadboards, or well, 3 more. And my little ironstone jar. And then there's the house that we made. That was a Tammy's making thing. Loved it, on a piece of slate. It's just a paper mache, but I love how that turned out. That won't stay when we move in. Of course, I can't have that, you know, I can't have all this stuff, but for now. And then an old little wooden box. And these, again, were something that my kids always loved, and I won't get rid of those because those are my colors for sure. I don't mind pulling those out in the springtime, but my little geese, I got them at Modern Glass, the paint store, where I buy my paint. And then here's a couple of eggs. I sold you guys all the rest, but here's a couple of eggs that I kept that look like this. I tried to keep some things that I make because I
I want to remember and I can show you guys. So I keep a little snippet of things and then the rest go. I got razor blades in my window. Whoops. So my little spinner thing, you guys remember that, and my hand soap, and then I got a dish brush, and they're making dish soap like this now, and you scrub it on you scrub it and then do your dishes, but that's really just for looks because I don't use it. I do the hand soap, but I don't the dish soap. I do this right here. We covered a Dawn dish soap bottle in our group, in Tammy's making, and I glued some buttons on it, and so I can leave my dish soap set out. That's what that is Dawn dish soap, that stuff that you squirt in and go, and then my dish brush. So there's that. Oh, these are new. So I went shopping, I told you just like a couple of days ago, and I found these, and I thought it was like, oh, an awesome find, and then one of my Marilyn with Done By Me said she thought they were reproductions. And now that she says it, I get it. They are a little perfect. So anyway, but I still like them for spring. I think I'm still going to keep them. Let me see if I can make them look a little better. There, that's better. So those, oh, and I can see the stem of my fern. So let me push that over a little bit more. There you go. So I stuffed that in my drawer, but they're cookie cutters, and I thought they were old, but now I know they're not, but I still like them. Another postcard that I kept, put it in the clip frame. Those are in my Amazon shop, those clip frames. And then, oh, if Chassida is still on, here's my jar. This is my jar that I have one. She has a whole cabinet full of jars. I have one. Let me see. And it's not, the top's a little bit chippy, a little bit, I think. I thought it was. Maybe it's not. Actually, it's good. But it said 1868. And it's all bubbled and really good. Yummy. I don't know anything about mason jars. But what made me really love this is this paper that was on here. Safety Glass Company, Beverly, Bowling Green, sorry, that's Bowling Green, Ohio, Mason 1858, shoulder seal circa 1887, crude sides. So someone put that on there years and years ago, and it's really yellowed naturally, so I love that. Put a little bit of beans in the bottom. I told you that when we were doing the other video. And then you guys, every year they sell out. Like between me and all the Instagram people, these things sell out every year. They're cheap. They're like, well, I haven't looked at them this year, but they're like 20 bucks, you know, or I think they may be less. But they're Real Touch. They're so good and so cheap, and you get so many. They're on my Amazon shop under home decor. Run, don't walk, because they're fantastic. They're Real Touch, and they're fantastic. And you can get colors. Like if you don't like the neutral like I do, you can get colors. You can get red or pink or whatever. And then here are some of the eggs that we made. I sold all the rest of them. Again, every one of them was different. These, in case you guys are curious, these are the ones that I kept. The one with the tag, the one with the paper and buttons and pins, and the one with the little key. So, oh gosh, we still could go up top. You want to? Okay, let's go up. So my hanging down greenery is on my website. I do have more of that. That is the rain washed. Uh-oh, somebody's mad. Really? You don't want to see up here? Okay, all right, we're done. Okay, somebody's mad. I always hate that when somebody's mad. So I'll give those of you that want to see a quick peek, but I'm not going to linger and talk about everything. So I must have been on here long enough. I have no idea how long I was on, but you saw that mad face go across there. So there's just a really quick, and someday you can message me and we'll talk about that. Okay, but for now I'm scared. I gotta go. So there you go. Oh, you missed the sale with the eggs. Thank you for the hearts. Isn't it funny? You can get 100 happy hearts, and that one mad face just freaks you out and gotta go. That's me. I'm trying to flip my phone. There we go. So anyway, yeah. I hate when people get mad. So, all right, you guys. I honestly am not doing this to show off or anything. Thank you, Brenda. Thanks for the stars. Maybe it was. I don't know. I'm not seeing any more. So, oh, I'm not seeing any more. Maybe it was an accident. Okay, sure. Okay. I know. Why don't they just keep scrolling? I don't know why they have to write me things. Okay, all right, we'll keep going. Okay, I just saw that. Oh crap, I gotta go. Okay. All right, so here we go. Back up. Thank you guys for the hearts, and thanks for the stars, Brenda. Okay, so this is called Rain Washed, and I think it's a hang down, I think is what I call it, because I try to keep it easy for you guys. That one over there is the Wisteria hang down. Like, they're all on my website. So I incorporate greenery because I love how it softens and adds texture and all that. So there's some hand painted plates. We used to collect lots of fruit. I don't have a whole lot of fruit anymore. And then there's an old sugar bucket, I believe. I'm not 100%. Chastity might be able to tell you on that. And I love the book. I've got 3 or 4 of those history books, and they're just perfect. I love them. And I was in and bought those. I bought 4 of them, I believe, and that's just one. But I right after I bought that, like the very next weekend, the antique store burnt down. So I was glad that I have a little treasure from that store. There's a biscuit jar. It's pears. I love the fruit. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, guys. Good, Edith. That's why I try to do it. Sometimes I see that there's another plop. That's one of my rain-washed plops. Here's another one over here on a cheese box. Just turned it upside down. I don't have the lid for it, so I just turned it upside down because I love those. I'm reaching. I love those little brass nails. I think they're super cool. Janet, you'll have to text me. The text number is in the group. It's the only way I can let you know ahead of time. It's 740-273-6693. And if you scroll back, you'll see a text from me in here with that number written down for you. A couple of ironstone pitchers, and then my tomato spoon collection and my spatula and all the things. There's all different prices in there. Oh, there's my little knife from Tammy Merrick. I don't think you can see it, but she made me that. One of our followers from Farm Charms. It might be Tammy Sells. S-E-L is her name. It's Tammy Sells Merrick or Tammy Merrick Sells. I forget which way. But my favorite is the little tiny one. Where's my finger? Oh, there it is. Right there. That's my favorite one. Try not to be a total people pleaser. I know. I know. So there's an old metal Zanesville sign that I found, which is our town. And I love that. And then this was a German plate, a brown, I don't know what all I'm showing you. I'm really reaching. A German plate. I just put it on an easel. And then my fan blades. I've sold you guys lots of fan blades over the years. Oh, there's another history book. Oh, I've got 3 of them up here, actually. I didn't realize that. And there's another cheese box. And then that on the left, I can't reach to show you, but on the left is a music, like from an old music box. You see the little pins sticking out that would play the music, and then I tied some keys to it. Another rain-washed thing. And then someone asked about reserving postcards. There's a framed postcard. I used to love framing postcards. Wait till you see my postcard collection, you guys. And you'll know why not the ones I'm selling you, but the ones that I did as a collection. Like, wow, wait till you see Victorian and the fruit and all the things. A little cabinet door. I love that because on the inside of the door, it had those papers stuck to it originally. And so what we did was Randy moved the knob to the inside so that it looked like, the cabinet door. Because I wanted to see all of that. So you can see you could see the box right there, and then there's the door, like the metal thing that the magnet would have caught. And another hand-painted plate. Love that. There's another history book. Boom. And another rain-washed plop on top. You can see I love those. I told you I do. And I really, 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 I mean it. And then there's just a hunk of wood with a piece of metal on it. I don't know what it is, but I liked it, and I just propped it up there. Probably a lid to a crock, maybe. I'm not sure. And then an old porch post that someone cut down to make candlesticks. And I just loved the carving and the chippiness. And another one of those little German drawers, and I added some eggs and some, whatever that is, Spanish moss, and a little fern. So, oh my gosh, my arm, I was really reaching up there. So there, I'll give you another little quickie quick. This is such, this little, I'm telling you, I got one kitchen drawer. Truth, right? Look, and you're out. I literally,
I think it's fun. I think it's so fun. Well, I might not think it's so fun once we get here, but for now it's been fun. So, okay, you guys, I'm going to shut the lights down. I think Randy just texted while I was talking to you that we're going to go do side-by-sides today. So I guess I'm not going to do a craft with you after all. I've been on here long enough anyway. You see enough of me today. So have a great day. Thanks for watching. I hope you got lots of ideas. You can always replay and screenshot as you go. Just don't screenshot any ugly faces that I might be making. Try to keep me out of it, if you don't mind. And have a great day. I'll look through at some point. I won't be able to where we're riding. I don't think there's cell phone service, so I'll have to look at you later. But any questions you have or any links that you need, if you can't find my Amazon shop at the top of the page there, I've got it linked, I'm sure, in it's called a link tree. And if you click on that, you can see it. So, Dee Dee, we have this building out back. And he's got a contractor that he was talking to about, he wants to add over here and come this way with it and go that way with it to make room for his stuff because it's really just a garage. And if we can get that done the way, make sure I got my lights out, the way he likes it, then we can seriously consider moving in. If not, I got to pack all this crap up and take it back home, redecorate it at home, and rent this out. So I would never have moved all of this stuff. I got to turn off my diffuser here. I would never have moved all of this stuff if I truly didn't think we were coming here. So I think we will eventually. It's just getting, I don't want to push him. Is that off? I don't want to push him. I want it to be our decision. I don't want it to be anything that he can come back on me and be like, mad at me about. So anyway, okay, you guys, I really got to roll. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.